Today's story follows a professional thief named Parker, who successfully steals millions during a perfectly planned robbery. But just when everything seems under control, his own team betrays him and leaves him for dead. What follows is a dangerous revenge plan filled with betrayal, treasure, and one final heist. The story opens inside a racetrack counting facility, a place where every dollar bet on horse races is collected and counted before being secured. Huge stacks of cash fill the room, making it one of the richest targets imaginable. That same night, a professional thief named Parker arrives with his crew to rob the facility. Everything is planned perfectly. While the team moves inside, one employee working there notices suspicious vehicles outside. He is with his wife and child nearby and immediately senses danger. Realizing thieves are inside, he decides not only to protect the money, but also secretly plans to steal it himself if the robbers succeed. Inside, Parker and his team quickly complete the robbery and leave with bags full of cash. But just as they step outside, the employee opens fire. One gang member is killed instantly, another is badly injured, and in the chaos, the employee grabs one bag of money and escapes in his car. Parker chases him down, catches him, and kills him. When he reaches the car, he sees the dead man's terrified wife and child inside. Parker takes the stolen bag back, gives the woman some money, and leaves without harming them. Soon, Parker and the surviving crew reach their hideout where the money is supposed to be divided. One injured member is treated while everyone prepares to split the loot. But something feels strange. A woman named Leslie suddenly distracts everyone, and before Parker can react, one of his own partners betrays the group. Guns are drawn, shots are fired, and Parker is hit. His entire crew is murdered, and Parker is thrown into a river, left for dead while the stolen money disappears. A week later, Parker is revealed to be alive. He recovers inside a small motel run by a woman who secretly saved him. He returns to his usual room where he had hidden fake passports, emergency cash, and backup supplies inside the wall. After paying the motel owner, Parker begins hunting those who betrayed him. His first stop is the home of one of his dead partners. There, he informs the widow that her husband was murdered during the betrayal. She asks him for one promise: revenge. Parker then contacts an old associate named Hurley, a man with criminal connections who once worked with him. Parker explains that one woman from the team, Leslie, had been placed there through a broker named Melander, and he needs answers. Hurley helps trace the broker. Parker finds him and forces him to explain Leslie's connection. The broker insists he only introduced her because the crew needed another member and she needed work. But before Parker gets more information, armed men attack the car. The broker is killed, and Parker barely survives after killing several attackers. One captured gunman reveals that Leslie is hiding at an unfinished building while planning another robbery with a new partner. Parker immediately heads there. He arrives, kills her partner, and corners Leslie. This time, she reveals the truth. She says the money stolen from Parker was used to buy information for a much bigger job, stealing priceless treasure and an ancient statue connected to corrupt political leaders overseas. A powerful buyer plans to move the statue secretly, and whoever steals it could gain billions. Parker realizes the opportunity is enormous. Instead of killing Leslie immediately, he decides to use the information. He goes back to Hurley, and together they build a new team. Their first move is creating an exact fake copy of the statue. The plan is simple. Once the real statue appears during transport, they will switch it with the fake one. To understand the full transport route, they track down another planner connected to the original operation. This leads them to a bar where Parker is recognized by enemies tied to organized crime. A shootout follows, but Parker escapes after discovering hidden details inside a stuffed toy containing transport instructions. The treasure and statue are being moved by train. Parker's team prepares a bold operation. They decide to seize train controls, force the train to speed up, disable braking systems, and derail it at the right location before taking the treasure. Everyone agrees the plan is solid. That night, Parker returns to the motel where Leslie unexpectedly appears in the room next door. She tries to seduce him, pretending trust has returned between them. But another man connected to Leslie becomes jealous, attacks Parker, knocks Leslie unconscious, and kidnaps Parker. Bound and trapped, Parker learns that the local crime boss now wants him dead because Parker has returned to New York, a city he had once been banned from by that same criminal organization. Before the boss can finish him, Parker escapes. Soon he learns the transport has been moved forward by one day. The robbery is happening immediately. His crew races into action. They take over train controls, cut gas pressure lines, and force the train into derailment exactly as planned. But when they open the cargo section, the treasure is gone. Only worthless stones remain. It was a trap. The boss had already moved the real statue elsewhere. A gunfight erupts, but Parker's team escapes again. Parker then disguises himself and enters a hospital where one of the boss's injured men is recovering. At gunpoint, he forces the man to reveal who is buying the statue, a wealthy collector connected to foreign officials. Parker kidnaps the buyer and learns learns the statue is stored inside a heavily secured vault, and the final deal will happen the next morning. Security is intense, but Parker still attacks. His team sneaks inside, uses explosives, and steals the statue from the vault. But as they escape, the boss arrives with armed men. During the chase, the statue falls, and the boss's men recover it. The boss proudly delivers the statue to the buyer. But when examined closely, one jewel falls out. It is fake. The buyer realizes he has been tricked and informs the corrupt president waiting for delivery. Furious, the president orders the boss killed if the real statue is not found. Meanwhile, Parker and his team return to the original vault. The earlier explosion had been part of Parker's plan. He knew the vault would automatically open at exactly 8 in the morning. He had secretly altered the vault sequence, meaning the real statue was never taken earlier. As the clock reaches 8, the door opens, and the real statue is still inside. But before Parker can leave, the boss arrives with his men. This time, Parker reveals the truth. For years, he has been stealing from the boss's money routes, slowly weakening his empire. The statue was never his true goal. Revenge was. The boss refuses to surrender, but Parker detonates explosives attached to the fake statue, kills multiple gunmen, and finally shoots the boss himself. Outside, the president's assassins arrive and wipe out what remains of the criminal operation. When the danger ends, Parker reveals he had already removed priceless diamonds and jewels hidden inside the statue. The team splits the treasure equally. Finally, Parker visits Leslie one last time. She watches the news and learns the corrupt president in her country has been exposed because secret recordings were leaked publicly. Parker had secretly recorded the buyer's call, destroying the president's power. Leslie asks Parker to leave with her and begin again somewhere else, but Parker reminds her that she murdered his crew. She reaches for her hidden gun, but Parker already knows where it is. After one final drink, he kills her. With revenge complete, Parker visits his dead partner's widow and gives her a share of the diamonds, proving he kept his promise. Then he joins Hurley once again. As they walk away, Hurley casually steals a wallet, proving neither of them truly left crime behind. And that is where the story ends. And that is how Parker completed his revenge, exposed the corruption, and disappeared after one final perfect heist. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next movie explanation. Signing off, Rahul.